Well, hello, brothers and sisters. Pro-life leader Frank Pavone here. I believe that public leaders should be publicly transparent about what they're doing every day, especially when they ask you, the public, for support for what they're doing. And that's why I bring you these daily diary segments. What did I do each day? Literally from morning to night, what did I do? So today I want to cover the days from Friday, the 13th of March, through Monday, Monday, the 16th of March of 2026. What did I do? Well, these days I was here in Florida at my headquarters. On Friday the 13th, I got up early as usual, did some work at my desk on my emails. I was dealing with topics like the following: trip plans for upcoming commitments for travel, communication with staff about data tasks, about our donation page on the website, columns we are writing for different publications, a memo that one of our constitutional attorneys is helping us draft for an upcoming project out on the public sidewalks, the America Reads the Bible event, preparation for that, calls to pro-life leaders, the Washington Times Project. We're doing a special collaborative effort with them to get the pro-life message out there, translations into Spanish, and preparation for these daily diaries. I had my staff briefing in the morning. I had the 10 o'clock scripture broadcast live from here in the studios. After that, having gone back to my desk and also checked in with some staff people, I had an 11 o'clock pastoral team call with our social media director, and also various discussions with the pastoral team about the, outreach to the seminaries, upcoming letter we're sending them to put pro-life books, especially the books for our own pastoral team, into their libraries. We had a good discussion and planning meeting about all that at 11 o'clock. At 12 noon, I was back in here in the studio to do an online interview. Then at 1 o'clock, I had a phone call with one of the bishops who is helping us on various things and various projects, and also in terms of my reinstatement to priestly ministry. 1:30, I met with our video editing team about some projects, including some interviews, man-on-the-street interviews on campuses that he is conducting. At 2 o'clock, there was a meeting about broadcasting schedules for the coming week. At 3 o'clock, I had another phone call with a bishop, another American bishop, who is very favorable to our work. And then in the afternoon, went back to some of those topics I mentioned and working at my desk in conjunction with staff, and then quiet work in the evening to finish out the day and the week. Now, Saturday the 14th, here at the office, exciting kind of day. I did some quiet work in and around the office, also work on my emails dealing with topics like the book I am co-authoring with Alveda King, with March for Life videos for the states of California and Maryland, translation work in Spanish, that is communicating with the gentleman who volunteers to do our translating, the America Reads the Bible event, which I'll be participating in, we've been promoting. Video work with one of our video editors who came into the office on the 14th to do work here on site. Communication with our social media team regarding keeping up on the frequency of posts. Some ads, letters to the seminary, scripture themes for our broadcasts, and revisions for our online liturgical resources. We have to always keep those up to date. Very exciting. Scripture live broadcast at 10 o'clock, and then very exciting visit from Helene and her daughter Guadalupe. You will see their story. I intervened to prevent her from having an abortion back in 1994, and she's kept in touch ever since. We did some really powerful videotaping together about all that. Worked on the online resources for the upcoming months for our priests, and did some other work in the meantime, and quiet work the rest of the day in the office. That was Saturday the 14th. Sunday the 15th, in the morning, I went early to a a morning mass over in Merritt Island. Actually, it was in Cocoa Beach. I went over to a parish where our executive director had arranged for a mass to be said for the repose of the soul of my mom. So that was nice. We went there, we had that mass, and then I drove back to the office where I did various work, had the Scripture Live broadcast here at 10 o'clock. The work at my desk included topics like symptoms of Trump derangement syndrome. We are really convinced that that is an actual and widespread disease. Trump plans coming up for invitations, promotion of a pastoral letter on pro-life that one of the bishops asked us to promote. The Pro-Life Women in History Project, some communication about that. Work for our pro-life vote lobbying organization. Opinion pieces for various publications, our Pro-Life Central website, the Washington Times Project, and the Good Shepherd Project. That's our ongoing clergy training seminars. And more quiet work like that in and around the office into Sunday evening. And then finally, on Monday the 16th, now this was a little unusual. I was scheduled to go to Washington, D.C. For the Religious Liberty Commission of President Trump. I've been going to those commission meetings all the better part of the previous year. And I actually drove to the airport myself. Was going to park my car, was going to come back the same day later in the evening. So I drove the car, parked there, went to the terminal, and on my way into the terminal, found out that the flight had been canceled. You might remember that was a very, very bad weather day in many parts of the country. Many flights were canceled, including mine. Fortunately, that hardly ever happens to me. So I turned right around, went back to my car, drove back to my office, and had a productive day of work here, even though I missed the hearing that took place there in D.C. But nevertheless, we were, I got a lot done back here at the office. Some of the topics I had to deal with included election volunteers, a letter to the seminaries, data task with the staff, preparation of our broadcasts on Radio Maria, the Walk for Life West Coast, the page on our website that summarized what we did out there this year, directed the staff on some updates to that page, our letterhead for our pro-life vote organization, video work, books for the seminaries, National Pro-Life Religious Council ad for an upcoming conference, approval of email blasts, preparation for the NIFLA conference at which I will be speaking, listening online to, that is communicating with our website staff about different methods to let you listen to different talks on our website. And then finally, some communication with, in regard to our newest member of our medical advisory board. Her name is Melanie. She's an excellent doctor, loves our work, and it's been a privilege to get to know her, and she's going to help us out as an advisor. So that's what I did from Friday the 13th to Monday the 16th of March 2026. I hope your work is going well and that the Lord is giving you many opportunities to advance the pro-life cause. Thanks for catching up with what I'm doing. Thanks for your support of what I'm doing, and we'll talk to you soon.
Remember the Bible story, that sparrow that fell to the ground? Well, this is a story by Anthony DeStefano. Great story. A little sparrow broke his ring, beautifully illustrated. Look at these pictures. Look at that sparrow fall to the ground. Boink! And he needs the courage to realize he can still fly. You got to get this book. It's fantastic for children. Go to our online store, prolifeproducts.org. Order it today. The Sparrow Who Fell to the Ground.
Follow him, Frank Pavone, Fr. Frank Pavone. He is the National Director of Priests for Life. Please go to priestsforlife.org.
Frank Pavone. Frank, thank you very much.